So then same location, but this time I'm using Gaia Maps instead, and we're going to create a track that we're going to follow. Now Gaia Maps is really good for creating tracks, but not great with creating routes, and the reason being is the exporting feature. It always exports it as a route, which sounds like what you want, but the problem is it actually creates a route as a track. It doesn't have just the route points. It includes every sort of couple of meters to that point as a route, which kind of doesn't make any sense. And I don't really understand. I'm sure there's a reason behind the way they've designed it, but I can't work it out. I don't know why they're doing it that way. It should export as a track in that case, but it doesn't. So again, we're going to start at the start. Now the difference here is that we're just tracing. So if we're lucky, we can actually go all the way to the end and just go from start to finish. And you see, there it is. There's the gate there. You can see that little symbol there. It's showing as a gate in a parking lot. So that's where we're just going to go to the end there. So I'm going to click on the end, and it does, in fact, apart from one little section, follow the route that we want to follow, which is great. And that's the method I tend to use, is I will go from start to finish and see where it lands, and then just amend. So we're following the where we want to go, but here, I do know that this particular little track here is a little difficult, and it's not the main part. So we're just going to click and drag that over to this bit, which is where we want to go. So just setting the whole thing, and then making little amendments instead. But that's effectively it, right? Nice and easy. And you can create a whole route doing that as basically a track. So again, we're just going to give that a name, call it a track. We're following a track. So let's see how that behaves. Now, the thing about a track is that it works great if you're absolutely going to stay on that path. And you need to stay on that path. Its downside, doesn't have any flexibility. Now, we're following the track. This is good. The only real information we've got, though, is there's 3 kilometers left to go. So it doesn't really tell us all too much apart from that total kilometers. Now, the thing about a track too is you can add waypoints to it. So you can see I've got a couple of waypoints marked on the path there, so I know where I'm going. Now I'm going to intentionally take the wrong direction here. So let's see what happens. Let's see how rough this is. Let's see. Okay, so I've gone a fair way in the wrong direction now. So, telling me that I'm 200 meters off course. Take a photo of that. So, this is a great little app. It's free, open source maps. You can see that I've loaded in the track. It's for whatever reason wanting to go back a little bit there, but I can see that that's where it's going to it's finding a path to rejoin the track, which is great. Now on this one, I can see my route, but it's giving me a direct line back to the track. I can make my way back, but again, same thing. The only information I really have is I'm 200 meters off course, but I've got 1.9 kilometers left to go. So that's really all it does. It's great if you are absolutely going in the one direction and there's not going to be any recourse of action. And the only thing you want to know is total kilometers left. Then a track is great. The rest of the time, route. Route is your go-to. So, now 40 meters off course, 20 meters off course, and it's saying I'm now back on course. Oh. Here's a detour that I need to take.
Alright, so following the track, we've got 250 metres to go. Alright, and that's the end, right? Nice and easy. Now look at our dynamic version. So